Okay, I made it back. My phone, I have a bad habit of not checking my phone to see if it has enough energy. And it didn't. Hello, welcome to my live. I'm Dr. Eve, where I talk about all things sustainable living from the roots up, meaning the soil. So refreshing. Um, I was telling you all that I am setting up a new station on the deck right here on my deck. My deck is small, but I believe I can get some things done up here. And the reason why I'm going to use my deck is because I have these two grow houses, these two that I use in the house in the winter. These. So I have these grow houses that I use in the winter. And I figure I might as well use them. May as well use them. So, yeah. Hi there. I'm just getting hydrated because it's hot. It's hot as fire today. Hot like a firecracker. So, what I'm going to be doing in this space is seed starting because it's too hot in the greenhouse to be seed starting. Um, but I can utilize this space. Hi, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, so good. Mm-hmm. So good. Oh my goodness. But I wanted to show y'all what I'm doing in this space and why it is important, y'all, for us to not waste 1 ounce of time as it relates to taking care of ourselves, um, making sure that we have what we need. So, this is my small deck area, and it's very cool here. And I have a nice umbrella, so I'm going to be using this area to grow food in these two grow houses. These are the grow houses that I use in the winter. And these ones are, and since I haven't been using them, I'm going to start out here because I can grow seeds in there before I put them in the yard. So it's very important that we utilize all that we have to succession plant and to keep growing. So this is the grow area on the deck, and I'm going to be using that to make sure that we are growing a little bit more. Now, out here is another work area where the kids be dancing, but also it's very hot out here. But this area is very cool. So this is an extension. All of this is an extension. All of this is grow space. I'm telling you, we have to be on top of this type of game, like our food game, to make sure that we are able to eat, y'all. We got to make sure that our families are able to eat. And to all my gamers up here, listen. Sitting in front of those games, you can't eat that game, baby. You can't. So you need to make sure that you too are taking care of yourself and that you are taking time to make sure you're growing food. For all of you out there who have medical issues, all of these herbs and things like this are good beneficial herbs for you as teas and things to keep your health straight. You know, we have to grow what we need, okay? Because this was medicine before they start putting stuff in it. And as soon as I start cutting these things, they start growing like wow. Look, this has been growing since the winter. This came through the winter and it has not missed a beat, okay? It looks just like it did during the winter time. Look at all these beautiful seeds. Y'all see all them beautiful seeds? Y'all know how much more sage I'm gonna grow that I can drink. This is a sage bed. All this is sage that I can produce, keep reproducing. You grow what it is that you need. Research whatever health issue you have. How do you how do you feel better? Now this one needs to be rebirthed. It is crunchy, crunchy, baby. It's time for it to go in the ground. So I have cut back the leaves. Now I'm gonna take it and put it because it is really having a hard time. This is a hydrangea, but baby, all that's left is the green stems. So I'm gonna propagate this and make more hydrangeas. So you can do that too. So anyway, we have to look. It's very hot here, so and there's nothing I can do about some of these plants, right? So even things like this. This is a ladder from a bunk bed that I found for $5, and these little pots were $1. Put some holes in them and grow something in them. These are strawberries. This is a squash. These are peppers. You know, grow food, y'all. This is food, and green things. Um, Parsley and dill and olives, and there's a tomato plant in here. And there it is, right there. You see it? It's not getting a lot of sun, but it is growing. This is citrus, limes, and lemons. I just harvested a lime, actually, my very first one. Look at that. Look at that beautiful dragonfly. Isn't it pretty? Isn't it just gorgeous? So, grow. This is moringa, medicine. Okay, medicine, y'all. Limes. I just got my first lime off of here. Very excited. You got basil. You got grow. But I did come down here to ask y'all about this banana. So let me go over here because I just cleaned out this bed here, cleaned out the collards, cut them, and harvested the greens and cleaned up the tomatoes and things so they can grow more. I already took all the blueberries off, and they are growing back nicely. Look at that, new leaves are coming in. So excited. So I'll probably get another harvest from these. I'm getting ready to harvest all of the raspberry leaves because I don't really eat the raspberries. They be so small, but the leaves are good for tea. This grapevine. So this grapevine has a lot of grapes on it, y'all. You can see. And but there's an assassin bug that's been getting to the leaves. I'm not really worried about that because they're really not bothering the grapes. They really bothering the leaves. So I don't really care. But this is the banana. This is the banana, and look at that. This is the banana. That's the sister over there. But here go two more. You see, here go two more down here. But I haven't gotten any bananas from this one. So I'm hoping that this one will fruit. Maybe two of them will fruit. I don't know. But baby, this is the banana. I got a bunch of grape trees though, a bunch of grapevines all over here. There's two grapevines down here. One is doing good, the other one is not looking so good. Looks like it might need some fertilizer. This is two more grapevines. Anyway, there's a lot going on in my garden. So this is the orchard. I have grapes, raspberries, blueberries, blackberries, strawberries. I have tomatoes and cucumbers and onions. I have figs. Now I have watermelon. This is a bed of oregano. Those are my dwarf peaches I'm about to take harvest. Um, and this bed right here is just absolutely beautiful. I love it. It's really producing a lot. And this is my garden view. So y'all can see that's actually going to be a nice shady area up there for me to grow in. But look at this watermelon patch. I know, right? Isn't this a huge watermelon patch? It is huge. I can't wait. I grew in this area last year and I had the biggest watermelons. And when I tell you I had some big watermelons, my goodness. I had some big watermelons. So hopefully y'all get big watermelons because they grew from, this is what they grew from right here. So I'm just letting them grow, letting the patch just kind of grow out and we'll see what we get. But my most prized fruit, y'all, is Roselle. And I have 6 of them this year. My most prized fruit. I've got beautiful figs, but again, my most prized fruit is Roselle hibiscus. And it grows in abundance here. I have beautiful figs. These are fully loaded. The most important thing, y'all, is to get the fruit. If you're not getting no fruit, then you got to figure out what's happening. And these, I need to come out here and get these blackberries though. There's so many of them. Oh my goodness, it's another whole. Uh, look at this. Y'all see that? These are my blackberries. I would eat it, except ants be crawling in them, so I don't want to eat them. Look at all those. Look at them. They everywhere. Y'all see them? It's time. I gotta get a pail and get out here and get them. Yeah. I got onions and I just cut the collards back. Got lots of onions. And I cut the collards back. They're growing right back. They're growing. I got some celery, some okra. My okra is doing really good. This is the okra bed. It's doing really good. And getting in there with this basil, which also has a couple of tomato plants, cherry tomato plants. So it's a lot of stuff going on in this bed too. And it's got some onions over there. And this is celery. This is my celery. You have to grow these together so that the stalks will get thicker. So this is the celery, but look at all those seeds. It's going to be a huge celery bed next year because those seeds are going to drop down everywhere. But there is something that happened, and I'm not sure what happened over here, but maybe somebody can tell me that I came out here and saw this whole plant was dead. Right between these very live lemon plants, and this plant was dead. That's why you got to really pay attention to what's happening in your garden. Because why is that plant dead? Somebody tell me why this plant is completely dead in 2 days. Like these are green citrus. I have not moved. This is mint. dead, 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 dead. What happened that that plant would die like that? Those are the observations that we have to make. I've got a lot of basil, so I'm excited about that because I love pesto. So I'm going to be making pesto because, baby, what I do have is some basil. And I just cut back a few plants, some mint, things I'm going to give to the chickens. They love green stuff. I need to take all of this over there before it gets bad because they love to eat. Let's see. I have these, I have some carrots, but they are really small. So we're just going to let those hang in there for a little while longer and see how they grow. I'm going to give them, here's another mint. Now this one's